Good morning, everyone. It's BDF44 coming at you with another video, and this is the aftermath. The aftermath. Yeah. Last night around 11:50, something like that, we got word that Kawhi Leonard had made his decision. He was going to the Clippers. I made a quick video, a reaction. I was still pretty much in shock. Slept on it, woke up, not angry. Had some Clipper supporters giving me hell, talking, doing all that. Didn't help, but I expect that. That's what I would do. So that's fair. There's two things about this situation. First of all, I want to congratulate the Los Angeles Clippers once again for playing this about as well as you can, and succeeding in all ways. Jerry West is the greatest. Front office, management, GM, whatever his title is, he did this and we know it, and he's the best, simply the best. He doesn't like us right now. We don't like him right now, but there's no confusion about what he brings to the table, who he is, and what he could have done for us if we would have had a better relationship with him, in terms of us, meaning the front office or whatever, Genie and him, all of them, and he. If they would have been cool, we could have threw a lot of money at him, and I guarantee he would have fixed all of our front office issues. Some will say Magic Johnson kind of swayed Kawhi. We don't have any evidence of that. I'm sure we won't have any evidence of that. I don't believe Magic did something like that. But I don't think all that drama in the front office helped. I made a video saying that I thought that he was pushing buttons to try to make people better and all of that good stuff, but that was proven to be not so true. My theory didn't prove right. My theory only would have made sense to me if Kawhi Leonard would have chosen the Lakers. Now it just all looks like disruption. So I'm not gonna delete any of the videos that I made because sometimes we're just wrong. Sometimes us talking heads just don't get it right, and I think that's a part of being predicting the NBA and trying to predict what people are going to do. You read the tea leaves and you see what you see, and you listen to the chatter, and then you come out with your predictions. This time I just happen to be dead ass wrong, but I do not assume to be right all the time. I'm gonna be wrong again, and you guys are gonna hear about it. So I'm okay with that. There won't be any deleting of videos or anything that'll be like me trying to clear up some of the things that I said about the Clippers or whatever. No, I still feel the way I do. I think the Clippers have a new lease on life in terms of being able to create a fan base again. I think that they still have a lot of Lob City supporters. I think they still have a lot of Darius Miles supporters. And a lot of times you'll find those people outside of Los Angeles. So their fan base is going to grow just because they got Kwahi and PG. So that's not part of what I was talking about. I was talking about what they were up until the point I was speaking. Things changed last night, and I recognized that. But they're still not going to win over the city, in my opinion. Until a generation of people die out, as I said before. There's going to be especially now. You got to understand, Laker fans are hurt, shocked, but that's going to turn into anger and rage. And you're going to see by the start of the season, Kawhi Leonard and Paul George are going to be two of the most hated people in their own city, and that's not a good feeling. Especially if you're Paul George, you're coming from a situation where you were comfortable for the most part, at least off the court. And, of course, Kawhi Leonard, who was coming from a 2 million man parade. I don't think he's going to be hated in Toronto. I'd be lying if I said he was going to be hated in Toronto, but I think they're going to be upset that he left them to go to a team that's just like them, just because they were in Los Angeles. There's a lot of stuff that points towards spite, I think, in all of this. Maybe I'm just reading it wrong, but it just feels like, okay, Doc Rivers has some issues with the Lakers, covering the banners, obviously being a Celtic coach, losing that last championship. He hates the Lakers, of course. You got Jerry West, from my understanding, doesn't have a good relationship with the front office, left up out of there on bad terms. He hates the Lakers right now, not a big fan, doing everything he can to destroy what we're building. You just look at the whole get down. It just feels like a lot is being done out of spite. Obviously, Paul George is mad at the Lakers for not trading for him. Several years back, he thought that we should have given away all of our kids for him. I'm glad we didn't to this very second. Hell no. I don't believe in Paul George like that. He had a great year. He has a hell of a skill set, but I also saw what he did against the Jazz. Nah, talent beyond, amazing talent. But some players in this league just disappear when you need them the most, and Paul George has been that kind of guy a lot of the time. In the playoffs, mind you, not during the regular season, not mostly last year. I'm gonna tell you, he was an MVP candidate. I would never deny that. But just overall, especially given the injury that he took in the Olympics years back, I just never wanted to invest money in him like that. I just never did. I just didn't believe in him as a playoff performer like that. Sure, he can help a team. Yeah, with an alpha like Kawhi, they should be able to do some things for sure. But with him being the leading guy, you trade away all your kids for him like he's Anthony Davis, I wouldn't have did that. No, not at all. And Kawhi Leonard, I know there was reported. I don't know if I trust any reports right now, so bringing this stuff up makes me feel kind of dummy. But the reports said that he also asked that if we had traded for him or if we had tried to trade for him, and that seemed like maybe he was upset just like Paul George was, given the fact that the reports are saying they'd already been talking by them. By then, I think Paul George has a problem with the Lakers. He probably, discussed his issues with the Lakers not trading for him, and Kawhi probably agreed. We had a chance to trade for him too, giving up Brandon Ingram and all that. I think those guys look at the situation and say the Lakers wanted AD for 1 year. We had our contracts for more, and the Lakers valued the AD more than they valued both of us. So let's go to the Clippers and make them pay for that. Spite. So there goes some spite right there for you. It's just a lot of Laker hate that I'm feeling off of these moves. It's just a lot of, this isn't just we want to build a team. This is we want to destroy the Lakers and take over the city and make them pay. So, I've felt that way. That's what fueled the video that I made about the Clippers 2 days ago. Spite. Remember I said little things and stuff like that, putting balloons on the statues, taking CP3. It's always something that feels like they're trying to attack the fan base and the Laker organization. So, yeah, that's what it is. Now they have a squad that can really do some things and really gather some energy. But I look at their roster, just to move into to what I see at the roster. I look at the roster, I say that's a really nice team, really strong. But who's passing the rock? They gave away Shea. I don't know what kind of point guard he was to begin with in terms of the offensive end. I just knew he was an incredibly gifted defensive point guard. Kind of like DeJounte Murray in a way. That's how I look at Shea. Now he's in the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they're left with Patrick Beverley. Patrick defensively is nice, can shoot a three. He's not going to be setting up your offense like that. Kawhi Leonard is known for not passing the rock. It's pretty much the only thing that he doesn't excel in on the floor. Even though he can make plays, I've seen him do it. That's not his game, and he's not going to get a lot of assists. Paul George, he can get some assists occasionally. He gets you about 7 or 8 on them, 7 or 8 of them on a good night, but he's not passing the rock. Obviously, Montrez is going to be in the paint. Zubats in the paint. Landry Shamet, he's a shooter. You can put it on the floor a little bit, but he's not setting your offense up. You go all the way down their roster and you don't find one single facilitator. Not one. Now that's an easy fix. Just go out and get one. But they have to. They have to if they're going to beat us. They're going to have to if they're going to beat Milwaukee. Some of the teams that they're going to see in the Western Conference, Denver, they're going to need to address that. So as far as the Clippers are concerned, they're going to have to do that. And other than that, they're one of the best teams in the Western Conference. I think it's the two best teams in the Western Conference are in Los Angeles. And right now, looking at the rosters, it's pretty close. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. It's very close, but the Clippers have to find a facilitator. The Lakers, right after the announcement was made, started making a flurry of signings as expected. And I'm pretty happy with the signings. I mean, I have to settle into what happened. But after settling to what happened, we're okay. We went back and got JaVale McGee. I don't want to say what guys signed for because I don't exactly have that information in my head. I know we signed Danny Green to a 2-year, $30 million. That much I'm certain of. Little expensive, but you're paying for his 2 championships. $15 million a year. You got to pay him a little bit. I understand that. Don't love that, but he does give us some defensive prowess on the wing, a backup for a guy like LeBron James, or just gives us some strength in that small forward position that we lose, making the trade that we did for Anthony Davis. So I like that. We picked up Quinn Cook, NBA champion, another NBA champion, somebody that knows success, a piece of that Warriors team, another piece of that Warriors team when you consider JaVale McGee. So we're picking up NBA champions. That's what I'm noticing. And there was one more move that the Lakers have made. KCP, we brought him back. I think he fits much better on this team than he did the other two teams, Laker teams that he was on. I do, and he has a better contract this year than he did the last 2 years. In my opinion, we're paying him less. So I'm not saying that I'm super high on KCP coming back, but I think with what's left, yeah, he would have been somebody that you wanted to bring in, even if he didn't play for us for the last 2 years. So those are the signings that I'm aware of. It was just 4, but they were 4 pretty solid ones. 3 shooters. Obviously, we brought in Dudley. Obviously, we brought in the other shooter. I can't think of his name right now, but what I see is the Lakers bringing players in that actually fit what they are doing. I'm almost certain Rondo will be back. If he hasn't already re-signed, he should be back. We still have to address our point guard position. Like I said, with the Clippers, we have 2 facilitators. LeBron James, who's obviously a massive dude, don't really want him playing point guard like that if Kawhi's not on the team. You want to move him back to a forward position. And Rondo, assuming he returns, and Quinn Cook is a point guard, but I don't look at him like that. I look at him more as a 2, stretch the floor guy. I think he's going to have a bigger role with us than he did with the Warriors, simply because of the lack of depth on our team at that position. He is going to show us more of what he did in Golden State, and I think he's going to be very helpful for us. I said it maybe 2 years ago. Quinn Cook, if he ever gets on a team where he can actually show what he can do, I think he's going to be a hell of a role player with more minutes. I really do. So us being the team that he goes to after leaving the champions, that feels pretty good. I ain't going to lie. So, and what I do also like about these signings is they're tradable. These are all tradable contracts. We didn't do anything incredibly ridiculous to where we can't go back and flip these guys at the trade deadline or even in the offseason next year and still get the most out of the $32 million or whatever the cap space will be if we do that. So there are opportunities for us to get better, and that's what I was hoping to see. If we would have given our contract to D'Lo, I think I'd have been okay, especially after losing out on Kawhi. If for some reason he was still on the board, obviously he's not. He went to the Warriors, and it seems like the Warriors are kind of, well, the reports are they are happy with D'Lo, and then there are also some reports saying that he might be shipped out to Minnesota. Now that we didn't get Kawhi, something crazy could happen, but I doubt the Warriors take any of the pieces that we just signed, so I don't see anything like that taking place. But yeah, all in all, as a Laker fan, sure, I'm disappointed. But if you try to remove Kawhi from the situation and just look at what the Lakers did, especially given the circumstances where we had to wait for him, yeah, we did all right with what's left on the board. The 4 guys that we picked up, I'd say I'm pretty happy with their place on this roster. Now we wait, I believe 9 o'clock, which is 30 minutes from now, 9 a.m. Pacific time. The trade will officially be able to go through. I think all the signings are being officialized at 9 o'clock or something like that. Officialized, I don't think that's a word. But are made official at 9 o'clock. So we're just awaiting that news. I'm pretty sure I'll record something a little later in regards to that. But all in all, it's sure it's a deflating feeling to know that you weren't chosen, but you understand that this is a better fit for Kawhi's brand. And if I weren't a Laker fan, I would be happy about this because it gives parity to the league, which is overall a very, very necessary thing, especially coming off of a couple super teams. Super team era, it's only fun when it's your squad. So it would have been nice to have had that hat for a little while. We've worn it before. It feels really good knowing that there's going to be a parade every season. But to be on the outside looking in, watching a team like Golden State, watching a team like Miami do that, it was not fun. and it sucked, and everybody hated those teams, and you only liked them when they broke up, that kind of thing. So, nah, LeBron James has been the enemy for a long time. People have been trying to concoct ways of stopping him from winning for as long as he's been winning. Super teams have been formed to beat him, and this is no exception. It's just a testament to how great the dude is. And I'm not the biggest LeBron James fan. I've become a LeBron James fan, obviously, as a Laker fan, now that he's on the squad. But I think this is a testament to just how serious the league has taken him over the years. Not the media, not all the chatter, but those who are on the floor, they desperately want to find a way to keep this man from winning because he is that dominant. And I think it's high time we start giving him his praise. I'm a Laker fan, so you know Kobe's going to always go way up there. Magic, Kareem, all those guys, I put them on a pedestal in my mind, probably higher than most, just simply because they're ours. But what LeBron James has done in this league puts him amongst those guys. And these type of moves just further reiterate that to me, that this is a testament to how great he is and how the world of the NBA views him. Teams are helping one another stop him from building a super team. That's what's going on. The Oklahoma City Thunder assisted the Clippers in a deal that did not benefit them, just to keep LeBron James from getting a super team, just to keep the Lakers from getting a super team. So you got to understand, teams are they're gunning for us. They are gunning for us. They're not happy with us just missing the playoffs for 6 years straight. They're not happy with LeBron James missing the playoffs once. They're trying to keep us from ever reigning again. And they're supposed to, because we have 16 of them. And only the Celtics can look at us in the eye. So there's a lot to be proud of. But at the same time, now we focus on the front office. Now we focus on whether or not they cost us what we didn't get. You know what I mean? And there's going to be a lot of chatter about that. People are going to blame Magic. People are going to say he went behind our back and told Kwahi not to come here. Went behind our back and told him to go to the Clippers, all that stuff. And I don't subscribe to any of that. Not at this moment. I don't have any evidence of that at all. So I'm just going to say that I don't believe it. But all in all, we have a battle in Los Angeles. And for those non-Laker fans, it should be exciting to see parity. It should be exciting to see what goes on in LA. And the champion should come out of Los Angeles next year, one way or another. That's all I got to say, man. Laker fan for life, forever hated. That's what it feels like. But at the same time, I know we ain't hated in this city. I know who the enemy is in this city. And Kwahi needs to stay away from Dodger games. He needs to stay away from Angel games. Paul George probably shouldn't go out at all. People already hate him here just for all that he's done in regards to choosing against us and then helping form this super team over there. And Clippers will have fans. Bandwagon's about to be flooded upon. Kwahi alone is going to bring a flood of fans from Toronto, from everywhere. So, yeah, it's a new day, but the Clippers are still the Clippers. I can't stress that enough. They're going to have to win to shake off all that. And Chris Paul came here, superstar, with a team that was fit for him, didn't do it. Let's see what Paul George and Kawhi Leonard can do. I will say this, though. Somebody's jersey is getting retired with the Clippers. One of them two dudes is getting their jersey retired. It should be Kawhi, maybe Paul too, but I think finally we'll see something hanging that isn't a selfie for those guys. So congratulations for that. And 19 minutes is enough. BDF. Peace.